Contenders football, case number 12, case number 19. Case number 19, Contenders football. You guys are killing it on the Contenders. I really do appreciate it, guys. I'll keep trying to get them in stock here. Like I said, we're starting to get to that point where they're going to start drying up here fairly soon. But I'll keep buying them. Alright, I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's hit that 1-1 Super Bowl ticket. Alright, what can we talk about here? We already talked about gambling. Aaron Hernandez. What kind of pets you guys got? I got those two boxers. One of them, actually, we need to take it to a damn vet. Yeah, I think he had a seizure. I think. But one's 2 years old. I think one's 2 and one's 7. 7 or 8. Yeah, I think he's 7. I have a 5-year-old boxer. Oh, nice, Reese. Boxers. Boxers are fun. Very high energy. Gotta be able to burn that shit off. Boxer had a seizure? I don't know. I don't know what was going on. He's acting all weird and shit. I don't know. I'm gonna take him I'm gonna call the vet on Monday, I think, anyways. But can they stand? Yeah. Only 35 pounds. Oh, okay. And a 5-pound Chihuahua. Are they best friends, Brandon, or does one hate the other? Happened to mine a few years ago. Uh-oh. See, he lays on his back sometimes. Like lays on his back and his feet are up like he's like stretching kind of deal. And he was like I guess it looked like kind of like twitching or whatever. So I called his name and he like stood right up afterwards. But then he was sitting there and he was looking at me and he was like his face was like twitching. He never did that before. I think he like had a seizure or whatever. I don't know. But it was real fucking weird and scary. I was scared. The Chihuahua's old and grumpy. Found out it was a seizure. Should have taken him in the next day. Well, he's getting old. For boxers, you know, that like 7 to 9 age is pretty old. He's getting old. The boxer that we had before was my wife's boxer whenever she was little. She was 12 years old. 12 years old whenever she died. So once she died, then we got the other boxer. But yeah, interesting though. He was 9. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was weird. I'd never seen it before. Regardless, on Monday I'm going to call. Check it out, you know. Uh-oh. Reeves, you don't like that? Sounds about right. Other boxer lived to 12. Yeah, the one, like I said, the one we had before lived to 12. This guy here is 7. He's still going strong. He's got some gray in his face and stuff, but he's going strong. Andy Isabella, ticket stub. Arizona Cardinals on card, number to 89. Ticket stub variation, Reeves. Yeah, big fight. When is that fight? Is it tomorrow night? Is it tomorrow? Yeah, this new one that we got, I'll be honest. Sorry guys, I didn't even realize I didn't have my camera focused in there. I'm not sure how the camera was looking whenever I was flipping through those cards or not. You might not even been able to see any of that, but that was the first auto. Here, let me get it focused in real quick. Auto focus it. Redemption. Devin Bush, Pittsburgh Steelers. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, like the new one that we got, he's about 2. Here's the thing. The other one that we got, and I'm not saying he's well behaved by any means, because he's not. He's a dick. The one that's 7 that I think had a seizure. I got him for my wife whenever we were dating. So he's been around. I've had him since his whole life. We'll do a random for any of these at the end of the break. And like I said, I trained him, but like I said, he's not like super trained, right? But this other one, we got him. It was like the day before my wife found out that she was pregnant, and then it was the next day we were supposed to drive up and get this dog. So ever since we've had this dog, like my wife's been pregnant, and then we had the baby. So he's been like, I haven't been able to spend that much time with him. And then of course, I get angry whenever playoff ticket 11 out of 99 Bruce Anderson for the Tampa Bay Bucks. So of course, you get angry with him whenever he doesn't listen or whatever. But he doesn't listen as well as the other one. And again, not saying he does. The other one's so great because he's really not. Jermaine Pratt for the Bengals. Because the other one does certain things. He whines. The other one whines like he whines like an actual like baby or something. Like he cries. Like it's real weird. Reeves, you have boxers, so you have. Does your boxer like whine? Like he does like if he wants food or something, he'll whine and whine and whine until championship ticket number to 99 Todd Gurley. He won't stop whining, like making this whining noise until we give him food. Like he's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I feel I just probably just haven't really bonded with this other one too much. Like having a new baby, starting a business. He's only 2, so we got time, but I just haven't really bonded with him too much. I feel like, so that kind of sucks. That puts a little bit of a burden on it, Yeah. I mean, they're good dogs. But, yeah, I don't know. The other one's different. I mean, they're 2 different dogs. 2 completely different dogs. They're both boxers, but 2 different dogs. But, yeah. Oh, I gotta check out this Devin Bush 101. Wow, of course that one's not a redemption. It's actually selling, it's got 4 days left, but 137, that's actually a one to go after. Defensive players typically sell for less, but I mean, that would be one I would definitely be interested in. First runt, huh? The one that we had before that lived to be 12, she was a runt of her litter, And again, I wasn't around whenever it was my wife's like childhood dog. And then whenever we moved out to college, like we were dating, and we actually moved in together like freshman year of college. Like we were dating for 2 years or whatever, and then we were both going to college, and then we both just moved in together, got an apartment together. Ever since college, we lived together. And then she was like, I was so happy to get away from dogs because I always grew up with dogs. And I like dogs, I like animals, but at the same time, like I wanted away from like the responsibility of having an animal or whatever, like it's college, right? She was like, we need to take my dog. I was like, fuck. But she was a really good dog, and but she was a runt. She lived to be 12, and she was a runt. She was actually a runt and believed to be inbred too. They think the breeders were like breeding them so much that it just all got fucking intertwined and shit, and she was a good dog. She was better than the 2 dogs that we got now, that's for sure. Oh, this is going to be a cool one here. Tampa Bay Bucks, Warren Sapp. Check that out. 20 out of 20. That's cool. Retro tickets. 20 out of 20 Warren Sapp. That's a freaking cool looking card. Tampa Bay Bucks going out to Roy P. But yeah, boxers are good family dogs. And I'm sure there's other dogs too. I'm just talking about boxers because I got boxers. But they're good family dogs. Yeah, great with children. Oakland. Yeah, I like the retro ones too. I say he's so dumb, he's smart. See? That's cool. But yeah, they're good. They're high energy though, and that's another problem that I kind of have now. Zach Allen, Arizona Cardinals, is between this business and having children, like I don't have the time to be able to run them as much as I previously did, and their energy levels in this small ass house that we have is just like unbelievable. Wesco, rookie ticket for the Jets. So that's kind of been created some animosity too, I guess. Tom Brady, 34 out of 75, winning ticket, Patriots. But the small one, so we don't have. So this happened. I think I might have already told this story before, but I'm not sure. But it's actually happened twice. But the first time was bad. The second time really wasn't that bad. But so we don't have a fence in our yard whatsoever, and we don't. It's not like we live way back somewhere and there's no one around us. I mean, there's houses all around us across the road over here. I mean, we're right in the thick of it, you know. And but I don't have a fence. I just open up the door and let the dogs out. Now I probably shouldn't do that, but the dogs are well behaved enough. They're not 100%, right? If they see somebody on the road, they're going up to see who's on the road. If no one's out there with them, they probably end up going in the neighbor's yard or something. You know what I mean? But for the most part, they stick in the yard. But the one night I let them out. Got another redemption here. Miles Sanders, rookie ticket variation, RPS. That's on card for the Eagles. Nice one there, Steph, man. Amada, you got boxers too. I forgot about that. I think you told me that. But I let them out, and it was real late, and I wasn't thinking. I let one of them in, but I didn't let the little one out. So the older one's named Cooper, the younger one's named Cato, and I just for whatever reason I didn't bring them back in. I left them outside, and it was snowing and shit too. Believe me, I felt like an asshole. So you don't have to tell me I'm an asshole. So I let the one in. I didn't let the other one in. So we go to bed or whatever, and then I forget what happened now. I'm trying to think. I think I needed to let them out. Like it was like in the middle of the night or something, and one of them needed to be let out. Oh, I'm trying to think what happened. Oh, I think my wife said to bring the dogs into the bedroom or something, and I brought one of them in, but I couldn't figure out where the Cato was. And finally, once we figured it out, he wasn't inside. So we looked like in this general area, like the block where we live, like around the block. He was like nowhere to be found. And we have a trail that's by the house, like a public trail that they put in. And it's not by the house. You have to go down the road, across the highway, and then it's on the side of the highway. And we walk down there, like with the dogs. We take them on walks down there, and we just walk, like, wait until there's no cars coming, walk across the highway kind of deal, And it's what, like, most people that live in this area do. And he was nowhere to be found around here. So the only place I could think of that he would even know to go is on this damn highway, or on this damn trail. Electric fence with no digging. So he, interesting. He, like I said, at the time, I had no clue where he was. It's my fault. My wife's pissed at me, right? She's inside, like, fucking crying, pissed at me. And I'm trying to find a damn dog. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't even got a coat on. It's snowing. And I'm walking around. I'm trying to find him. You could see his tracks. He was, like, walking in the neighbor's yard and doing shit like that. And I was like, the only way, like, and I'm surprised that I was, like, thinking straight, but I was like, the only other place he would be right now is he would have walked down to the trail, because that's where they go to have fun, right? They walk on the trail, we let them off the leash, they run, all that kind of stuff. And so I get on the trail. Well, before that, my wife says it's a good idea to take our other dog with us, right? I'm like, fuck. So now I got to take my other dog. He ended up making it way worse. It seemed like it would be better. He did do good in certain aspects, but initially he made things worse. Because we get across the road, and I see footprints, like, on the highway, down the hill a little bit, and then I see the footprints going where we normally walk. So I was like, all right, this is promising, right? But my dog, this other dog that I took with us to, like, help out, is, like, walking on those footprints. So eventually I, like, lose the footprints because of, like, him walking around and shit. But I keep walking, and I walk like way up this hill, and then that's where we walk. We walk up this hill, then we walk down, and then we come home. But I walked all the way up the hill, didn't see him, started coming down, and then he was at the bottom of the hill. And luckily I did have the other dog, because once I got down there, he was, like, trying to run away from me, because he was like, who the hell is this guy, right? But luckily I had the other dog, and they, like, connected, and then I grabbed him, and then I went home, and then my wife was still pissed, but at least I found the damn dog. But I basically, like, fucking, I call, anybody ever see that Turtle Man show? I think it's on Animal Planet, about that fucking Turtle Man guy. I say I Turtle Manned him, tracked him down, traced him down. Yeah, traced him down in the snow. But my wife was real pissed off at me. I was mad at myself. I couldn't believe I did that, but he was all good. Wow. Rookie Roundup Autographs Gold, number to 10, N'Keal Harry. On card, Patriots, none other than Roy P. Nice card, man. N'Keal Harry Gold, number to 10, on card. Patriots. But I tracked his ass down. I found him. Turtle Manned it. No one's ever watched Turtle Man on the Animal Planet? I don't think they have it anymore. At least I don't know. I don't really watch that much TV anymore. Unless it's sports. Zadarius Smith. Wow, that is a huge card. Who had the Green Bay Packers in this one? Jerry B. Wow, Jerry, you live right now? Holy smokes. 7 out of 23 cracked dice. Zadarius Smith, that's sick, bro. Yeah, I fucked up. I tracked him, though. That's a problem with not having a fence. Well, that's the problem without. I should have either a tie out or take them out on a leash or something. You know. I should take them out on a leash or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I should have put one in. Well, now I'm trying to. I want to buy a new house like early this year. Like I want to buy a new house. This house right here is too small, and like so. Hopefully, the house that we buy either has a fence or enough property that it doesn't really matter. I want like acreage though. That's the problem is like finding a good house on like I want like a shit ton of acreage, like 20 acres or some shit. But yeah, Mac rookie ticket. Where there was a place like I said, me and my wife we lived together throughout college. So this one place we lived in the next town over, like. The college is in the town that I live in now, but we lived the next town over is a little bit cheaper. And whenever we lived there, we used a tie out. There was enough yard there to have a tie out for the dogs, so we just tied them out. 250 in points. Those will be randomed off at the end of the break. So we tied the dogs out whenever they needed to go out, and we walked them a bunch because there was a trail. Jared Goff championship ticket, 13 out of 99 for the Rams. There was a trail. We've been kind of lucky with the places that we lived, there being like nice walking trails right by. But there was a trail. We always took the dogs on a walk on the trail. And the one day the dog, I mean, he's a pretty big dog, pretty big boxer. He freaking pulled the damn tie out of the ground. And no, he, or did he slip his collar? I don't know. I forget. Either way, he went freaking running. And this is why I even thought about looking on the trail, because this happened. My wife thought we went out there and he's like not there. Like it should be on the tie out and he's not there. Like what the hell? Even it's only been like 5 minutes or something. So she went like running on the trail. And like she just got out of the shower. She like threw on some like shorts. It's snowing again. It was snowing. She like see we this is making me sound like a bad pet owner. I swear I'm not. But he slipped it. It's snowing. She just got out of the shower. She threw on some clothes real quick. Went running. She went down on the trail. She like afterwards she said, you know, that's where we walk. So that's where I would expect him to be. And then I utilized that whenever I found Kato. But she went all the way on this trail like for like a mile or something on down this trail. I found him in like 30 seconds. He was in there's a field, there's a fire hall or whatever. They had a field right next to the apartment that we were living in, and he was just because sometimes we took him on that field to run. We'd take him off the leash and he'd run up and down the field, and he was just in the field. So I brought him back in. We were sitting inside for like 10 minutes, and finally she came back. She was like, "Do you have the dog?" "Yeah, we've been in here for 10 minutes. She's out there like frozen hair and. I swear I'm not a bad pet owner. Boxers are crazy though. Does anybody in here use those electric fences? Do you have an electric fence? I've never actually used one. It's either fence or no fence. Like the couple places we lived in, it was like we couldn't just let them off the leash, or you know what I mean. There was like no place for a tie out. Like you couldn't do that. There was like too many people, you know, like apartment buildings or whatever. So you couldn't. So like a lot of places we lived in, it was you had to let them out on a leash. You know, you let them out on a leash, walk them around, let them do their business, and then take them in. But that one place we did a tie out. We never did a tie out after that. That was the only place we ever did a tie out. We either did walk them on a leash or just let them without a leash. Yeah. For the most part, they stay in the yard. But, you know, there's definitely those triggers. Those certain triggers that... Isaiah Buggs, Pittsburgh Steelers, playoff ticket number to 99. 33 out of 99. Russell Wilson, number to 175. The neighbors have like a black lab, I think it is, and he's nice. He's not like aggressive or mean or anything, but pisses me off because another neighbor has like a big ass husky, and they keep him out on a leash, right? And that whenever we let our dogs out, he's like 2 houses down, and they can see each other through the yards, and there's no fences connecting them. Our dogs have never ran down there to see this dog ever, and that dog, he's on a tie out. He just sits there and watches them. He doesn't bark or nothing. He just sits there and watches them. And our dogs see him, but they never go down there or anything. But this black lab that lives right across from that husky's house, they don't put him on a leash. They don't have him trained. He's a puppy. He's probably like less than 6 months. They don't have training. They don't have anything. They let him out, and he's always playing with that husky dog, which I don't know if those people care or not, but he always is, so I'm assuming they don't care. But whenever our dogs are out, he always fucking bum rushes our house. And he's barking at them. And he just wants to play, but like, I just want my dogs to use the damn bathroom. Let's go inside. But he like rushes over here barking at them, and like, fucking my dogs fucking just run inside like scared little girls. Ooh, 1999 rookie ticket RPS DK Metcalf. That's a cool one. Who had the Seahawks? Anthony, there you go. That's redemption for the last case. No pun intended. No pun intended. No pun intended. DK Metcalf, 1999 rookie ticket RPS. Those are cool. But he always, it's just like annoying. Like every single time he runs over here, and our dogs will like they're not like scared or something, but they know like we're like no, like come inside. But I don't know, it's annoying. I guess we're kind of those people, Tim Boyle, because we don't have them on a tie out, but they don't like run into other people's yards typically. See, these are the reasons here why I'm talking about I want 20 acres. I want 20 acres. I don't want to be beside people. Right, White Jr. for the Bears. Bears is cereal. That one's not numbered. Card number 269. DK's out of 20. Nice. I put that in the numbered stack. I figured it was numbered. I wasn't sure what it was numbered out of. Wow, that's sick. Out of 20. Who had the Seahawks again? Anthony. There you go, man. Johnson Jr. Texans rookie ticket. I don't know. Anybody feel that way or have like a large amount of property? I don't know though. I've never owned that much. No one in my family has ever owned that much, like 20 acres or something. So I don't even know. It's probably a bitch to maintain. But I want it. I want to be able to like fucking just take a quad out. Fucking don't have to worry about being like limited on space. A lot of acreage. Somebody got some expertise on acreage. Time is it? 3:22. 20 acres is a ton. Not like, most of it would probably be wooded. You know. But I want a lot. Like I want to be able to like, yeah, like I just want a lot, enough space you never have to worry. You can be able to put like quad trails in through your woods there. I have 1.5. Right now I have a quarter, and it's like nothing. I definitely wouldn't want like 20 acres all cleared out. You gotta mow all 20 acres type shit. I don't want that. I want like maybe like 5 acres cleared out, and 15 acres like. And I'm just giving you a roundabout number, but something like that. I don't know though. But I want a crap ton. But that's another thing too. It's always the money factor involved too. You know, 20 acres costs you a shit ton more. Get more acreage, get less nicer of a house. I don't know if that's a good trade-off or not. For some it might be. For me, I'm not sure. I see a cracked ice, fellas. Another cracked ice. Now, 5 acres, you get a ride mower. Wouldn't be too bad. And then eventually my kids would be doing it. That's why I had kids. But I don't know. It's one of those things where I'd never experienced anything like that. And I don't, my parents or like grandparents or aunts and uncles never owned that much either. So like, I don't know. Like if I get it and then I'm like, wait, this is way too much or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like, that's always the scary thing about home buying. It's like, you get in there, now you don't like it. Like this house, I bought this house and I realized quickly after, like, fuck, I should never bought this damn house. Hate it. Playoff ticket number to 175, Kirk Cousins. I don't know. There's always uncertainty in everything. What happened, Paul? Oh, we got a ticket stub coming. Ticket stub. Andy Isabella again? Ticket stub, Andy Isabella, number to 89. Isn't that the second one? Pretty sure Reeves. I don't know. I did see a cracked ice somewhere, though. I did see a cracked ice somewhere. Brian Burns, Carolina Panthers. Yes, unfortunately. Sounds about right. Well, I don't know. It all depends. You know, it all depends on location in PA and whatnot. But, yeah, it all depends on, you know, where it's at exactly. But 18 acres for 100,000, I don't know. That sounds like it would probably be more where I'm looking at. But I don't know. I don't know. And another thing too is, I think this might be the cracked ice. Nope. Harris for the Saints. Yeah, I think it is. It's not too bad, Roy. Yeah, like you know where the area that I'm in. It's really not. I don't think it's too bad. Like getting acreage here. I mean, we've obviously looked up some shit, right? I'm not just talking straight out of my ass, but I don't think it's like too crazy to have like a decent amount of acres in this area that I live in. I think this might be the cracked ice. No, Dawson Knox, not the cracked ice. It all depends on the area, but yeah, I think this where I live here in PA. To get that amount of acres, it's not out of the question for my price range. It's really not. It's not like crazy expensive. It's not like freaking $1 million or some shit. But one thing that I have to really take into consideration, I don't even know. I'm sure there's probably some sort of like something I can do ahead of time. I'm sure there is, and of course I'll flush through that whenever the time comes. But I have to make sure that I can get business class internet out there. Don't do it to us. Jonathan Williams, rookie ticket cracked ice, going out to the Bengals. Steph, man. 13 out of 23, Jonathan Williams. Cracked ice. Yeah, I think it's going to be reasonable, but I have to make sure that they can have business class internet wherever I'm at. I'm not talking living out in the freaking like boondocks somewhere freaking way far away. Like there's been a couple properties I found that are like 10 minutes from town, but they're far enough out and they got enough property it would work out perfect. But the internet is definitely something I gotta flush through. There's got to be a way I'll be able to test or call Comcast to make sure I can get business internet out in that location and that kind of shit. Yeah, that sucked. Jonathan Williams, cracked ice. Damn. 2 cracked ice so far though. Home buying. Yeah, we haven't like started the process or anything yet, but it is like something that we plan on doing this year. Cracked ice. Alright, I gotta get moving here. All this talking is getting me behind on these cases. Keep it moving, keep it moving. I'm just trying to keep it. Sometimes I know late at night I get like, I don't say like really anything. Like I just break the cards, say the name of the cards, and that's about it. Whenever it starts getting pretty late, just trying to keep the conversation rolling. Aftershock, what's up, man? David Blow, Detroit Lions, rookie ticket. Byron Murphy, Arizona Cardinals, rookie ticket. Right? Wow. Wow. Check that out. Just sliced it. Rodney Anderson variation. Look at that. It's like sliced. Just a base ticket, but man, variation, but very odd that it's like sliced on the back like that. Marcus Green for the Eagles. Freddie Krueger. There you go. Put that on the eBay listing. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me about that damn Aaron Hernandez. I'm in the process of watching it now. Joey Flacco, number /99 championship ticket. Yeah, I've just watched episode number 1. I'm gonna watch the rest of the episodes this weekend, and then I'll talk about it. But episode number 1 was pretty crazy. They put out some bombshells right in episode number 1. Wow, how about another N'Keal Harry? Killing it with those Patriots. Roy P. Patriots. halfway through the case. But Steph, man, you're going to email me tomorrow? Is that what you said? Tomorrow it is. I'm hoping we're close. I'm hoping we can get some deals done. Roy, I'm surprised you're even still awake right now. Who's on the East Coast right now? East Coast, it's almost 4 a.m. Well, it's 3:30, but still. Almost 4. Fell asleep for a few hours earlier. Oh, that'll do it. Thanks, Steph, man. What's up? Take a leap. PA Nation. Wide awake. Well, there you go. Well, I mean, you don't have to, like, I mean, if you're not planning on going in anyways, like, don't make the trip for me. It's, I mean, we'll wait until Monday or whatever. It's not a big deal. I will definitely be patiently waiting. Uh-oh, we got a clear auto coming. Clear auto coming. Clear auto coming. Thought I missed one. Clear autograph coming. Yins talk funny. I never say yins. People do say yins, but I have never. That right there might have been the first time I ever said yins. All right, here we go on the clear. You see it right there? All right, man. Right on. Terry McLaurin. That's not a bad one to have. Clear autograph, 6 out of 10. None other than Roy P. Clear auto. Here, let me see if I can find a. Let me just see if this will. It kind of looks like shit, but clear autograph, Terry McLaurin. I don't know if I have a base blank card sitting around anywhere. I'll rip this off. There it is. 6 out of 10. Put this in a mag. It's always, because they're clear, you see like any little speckle of dust on them. Not bad at all. I hate that. It drives me freaking insane, dude. Captain Insano. I got about as good as it's going to get. Nice one there. Clear autos, man. Tough to come by. Out of 10. Yeah, that looks great. How are these compared to Rookies and Stars? I love Rookies and Stars, okay? I absolutely love Rookies and Stars, but they don't compare. Contenders all the way, man. Contenders, better value. Cards sell for way more. They retain their value way more. But they're two different products, you know. At the same time, Rookies and Stars is much cheaper. It's like half the price. So there's pros and cons to each. Holcomb, Redskins, championship ticket number to 49. But like if you were just comparing them side by side, just on kind of like value that you get out, and you know, I don't think they compare at all. But I love Rookies and Stars. But I mean, Contenders, it's Contenders football. This is like one of the premier football products. Mac Wilson, rookie ticket. You don't think they compare at all? Reeves, you think that they compare? Yeah, I don't think they compare at all. And I love Rookies and Stars too. I just think, you know, I mean, if you factor in price point, I think that's the big one. If you factor in the price point between the two, Dylan Mitchell, considering Rookies and Stars is like half the price. You know, half the price, you get a bunch of numbered cards. But like the potential that you get out of these with cracked ice rookie autos, like some of these cracked ices are selling for so crazy high. I think the potential, what you can potentially get in Contenders, is the ceiling is so much higher than it is in Rookies and Stars. Come on, Steph, man. I do love Rookies and Stars, though. I still have some we need to break. All right, 250 in points, so that'll get added in with the other 250 that we got earlier, so 500. But, yeah, can't really compare them, but, yeah, I think Contenders is just, it's one of the premier football products. But I do love Rookies and Stars. I get pumped up just thinking about Rookies and Stars. I love them. They take even longer to break, which I don't like that aspect. Conley to 99 championship ticket, Raiders. I don't know. Anybody disagree with that? I don't know if anybody would really disagree with that. I think most would probably say that that sounds about right. Yeah, you can't really, it's not really comparable because they're two different. What you're trying to get out of each one is different, you know. The price point's different, and then the chase in each one of those is different than, you know. So it is tough to compare. I don't think you can really. Dude, I need to take another drink of this Red Bull. I don't normally, honestly, the past like couple weeks, I've been drinking a lot of Red Bulls. I think it's the baby aspect, which my wife would absolutely go crazy if I said that, because she's the one that's really losing sleep and all that. But you know, I still have to do like, I still got additional duties. You know, makes you more tired. But normally I try not to drink that much energy drinks. But here the past couple of weeks, I have been drinking a lot of energy drinks. Red Bull, sugar-free Red Bull. Try not to though. Not good for you. Sometimes you just got to ride the bull though. It does get me, like, honestly, it gets me sharp in between the ears, alert. Doesn't last for too long though. But it does help in those aspects. Gets me all wired up and fired up. Used to drink them before, if I had like a big meeting at work with like executives or something, I'd drink a Red Bull like an hour before. Yeah, it gives you wings, man. Put down a Red Bull about an hour before, because then that first hour you're like super amped up, right? But then it gets me gets me going. High up executives. Really not that. Just normal people. Just normal people. Man, Hakeem Butler, rookie ticket. Man. But I would get so scared. Hodges for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because I was like fresh out of high school. But whenever you're in audit, like you audit, or not fresh out of high school, fresh out of college, you audit like all that stuff like executives do and stuff. So you got to talk to like all these executives about stuff. And like you're talking to them about the shit that they do every single day for their job. And you have to talk to them about it. And like you just got out of freaking college. Miami. It was a little nerve-wracking, but once you get to know them, it's pretty easy. But that's one thing about audit that I didn't really like. In the end, it was fine, right? Jordan Ellis, rookie ticket for the Bengals, but like being like a 22-year-old and have to talk to these like high-up executives of a publicly traded bank, publicly traded company, it was a little scary. Wesco variation. Jets. Bills, number to 175, playoff ticket, Josh Allen. What college you go to? I went to the finest college of all the lands, IUP. It was pretty cheap. And I lived right here. So that's where I went. IUP. It's the only college I even applied to. Applied to IUP. Got accepted into IUP. Stuck it out at IUP. Yeah, in the end, you got an underage drinking at IUP, Roy? Yeah, in the end, I didn't need it. But it does, like, you know, college does give you... Is it worth it in the end, the amount of money you pay? I mean, I don't know. It depends, I guess. But, you know, it is a good life experience. It helped me out in a lot of different ways, though. Like, does this job here require a degree? No. But because I went to business school, there's definitely things that it did to help me do better. Many years ago, Roy says, wow, Roy, we learn something new about you every day. IUP, underage drinking. Same thing goes for my little brother. Little brother, underage drinking. I always have my phone on silent. Like, my phone is always on silent. And I don't know why I do that, but I do it. And he like called me, like, it was like 50 times, something crazy. And then all of a sudden, and I didn't hear it, it was late at night. All of a sudden I hear like pounding at the door. Little brother there, underage drinking. Luckily, the cops allowed him and his friend got underage drinking, but luckily his friend's dad went and picked him up, and luckily he was like, yeah, I know this kid, like, and the cops let him take him, and then he dropped him off at my house. So a lot of people get underages at IUP. It got pretty bad here whenever I was in school. Like, they had like freaking like riots, and like it was like it started getting like really bad, and then luckily they were able to tame it. But there was like 4 years of like it was like really bad, but it seems as if they've been able to kind of tame it though. Yeah, IUP, accounting degree. They actually have a pretty good business school. Plus IUP, I think a couple years back whenever I was in school, so it's been a decent amount of time, but They were like they played for the Division II national championship for basketball. They lost, but they played for it. It was on TV. But it's all right. IUP was all right. It was cheap. It's a state school. Cheap for, I mean, not cheap, but cheap for what it is, college, right? It's fairly cheap. I have no regrets. No regrets. If I had to go back and change it all, probably wouldn't change it. Jermaine Pratt for the Bengals, rookie ticket. Oh, right on, Aftershock. Where are you going to school at, man? Only thing I would change is I would have got a dual major, though. 175 for net. I got a major in accounting, minor in finance, but I was only like 2 classes away from having a double major in finance and accounting. Not that it really would even matter at all, but it would have looked good on like resume, a little bit better, right? Double major, but that's the only thing I would change, which is pretty minor in the large scheme of things. But Armstead variation for the Jags. I would have did a double. Yeah, it's like, because the way the minor in finance works, or the major and the minor, like they literally were the only difference was like, well, because I went for school in accounting and finance always gets like grouped together. The classes that you were required were like the same, except for those like major specific classes. And yeah, I was only off by like 3, and I should have just took those 3 and been able to double major. But other than that, in the large scheme of things, it doesn't even matter. But should have done that. No regrets. Shippensburg, nice. MIS is good. Yeah, MIS is good. Uh-oh, Tony Pollard, Dallas Cowgirls variation. Not numbered. Dallas is in a serial, card number 135. 5 spot stuff, man. Prison guard. Hey. We need prison guards. We need you. How about another Devin Bush, Pittsburgh Steelers redemption? Whenever I went to school, they were pushing MIS on accounting students, like dual major, minor in it, which at the time I didn't do it or just didn't care, but after being in the work field for a little while in accounting, it would have been a pretty good thing to have. Darren Hall, Green Bay Packers. My wife went there for psychology, which was, that's not what she should have went for, but she liked it though. Went there for psychology. She's crazier than I am. She's way crazier than I am. Yeah, we're definitely due on something. What do we have? We had a couple cracked ice. We had that clear auto, but no. Yeah. Hopefully we get something. Yeah. That was a lot of people go for, that's the thing that they were pushing whenever I was in school. They were pushing it pretty heavy. I would imagine they're pushing it even harder now because it's like kind of like a proven kind of like match. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like a match made in heaven, dual major or minor. I don't know what they were exactly pushing, but I didn't do it. But a girl that I worked with, she went to school for both, and it was like great. Because like accountants, you go to school for accounting, and then most audit people come from an accounting background. You don't have to have an accounting degree to be an auditor, but it usually gets grouped in with accounting, because usually accountants have critical thinking skills to be able to do the work that auditors do. But to have that background plus an MIS background, which is huge now, because all of these, all the technology that goes into all this stuff now, especially on the banking side. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's pretty huge. So that was a big thing. And then I know that helped her out a shit ton. They gave her way more opportunities for certain specialized audits. They gave her extra training in that. She was getting everything spoon fed to her because of that. So it worked out pretty good for her. Really, Big John? Really? I love that. I love that part on Step Brothers where the mom is telling Will Ferrell's character, I forget what his name is, but about the new guy that she's seeing or whatever, and she was like, "Oh, he went to school at John Hopkins," and he was like, "I smoked weed with Johnny Hopkins." That's one of my favorite parts of that movie. Aside from the whole, he put his balls on my drum set. Singletary, on card, rookie ticket, Buffalo Bills. No, I know. That's why I brought it up too. Rashawn Gary, Green Bay Packers. Big John. So where does the Big John come from? Are you a big guy, or are you the bigger John out of possibly multiple Johns? Darren Hall, another Green Bay Packers. Big John. Little John. Is there a Little John? If you're a Big John, is there a Little John? 6'6". So you are Big John. All right. Dylan Mitchell, Minnesota Vikings. 6'6". That's huge. I'm 6'2". 6'2". From Oregon. Is it Oregon or Oregon? That's what I want to know. Would do most Oregon? Is it Oregon or Oregon? How do Oregon people? I say it I don't even know how to say it. From people from that state, how do they say it? Oregon or Oregon? Oregon? My three sons are all three Johns. Luke Kuechly to 175. Not gone, so Oregon. Not Oregon. Oregon. Well, that's how I say it anyways. Some people, I feel like, it's probably people not from that state say Oregon sometimes, because I swear I hear some people say that from time to time. Alright, we need something big here. After this break, I don't know what else we're going to do, but I think we might be able to bust out, if we did I don't want to be on here too late. I really don't want to do a Prism retail because it takes half hour. Maybe if we did a Prism first off the line, two box Prism first off the line number 25, we might be able to get that one squeezed in, but I don't really want to be on here until 5 o'clock in the morning. So we might be able to, if you guys want to squeeze out one more, maybe a first off the line prism.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
States that don't, the states that require that like civilians can't pump their own gas is like so weird. Like, where does that even come from? And are there still states that even still do that? Like, why does somebody else have to pump your gas? Like, that's so weird. Maybe that's just weird because I'm coming from a state that you pump, or states or area that you pump your own gas. But like, yeah, that's so weird. Like, why can't you just pump your own gas? Why is that? Like, why can't you just pump your own gas? I don't understand.
It's the best thing about Jersey.
I mean, I guess it's nice you just roll up and somebody's there to pump it, but they still have some of those around here. There's one gas station in town. I don't think they do it anymore, but like up until like 2 years ago or whatever, they had a guy. It was like I think it was quick fill, and he would come out and he would ask you how much you wanted, and you could pump it, or you could pump it yourself if you wanted to. You could just tell him to go back in, but.
It promotes jobs within the state. It promotes like a couple jobs at like one job at a gas station.
No, all right, hold on. What's the rationale again? What's the rationale between making it where people can't pump their own gas? What's the actual It can't be to promote more jobs. I mean, that's like one to two jobs at a gas station. That doesn't make any sense. Armstead variation. I mean, I would like that. You just roll right up, and then you don't even got to pump your own gas, and somebody else does it for you, especially in the winter and shit. DeMarcus Christmas. I mean, I wouldn't be complaining. I just don't know if I understand it. Matthew Stafford, number /75 for the Lions. All right, I'm sure there is a shit ton of gas stations, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably nice, but I don't know. Is that the jobs that you really want to be promoting? Like, oh yeah, let's hire more people that can pump gas. Like, I don't know. Seemed weird, and that's probably just because I'm coming from a state that you pump your own gas. I've always pumped my own gas. I've never had somebody pump my gas for me. Darius Slayton variation. Cracked ice. Wow, not bad at all. That's card number 10 out of 23. 0 spot. J Newt. There you go, J Newt. Slayton cracked ice. What a beast. There you go, J Newt. That's a nice one, dude. Slayton, I think, is going to turn out to be pretty damn good. But I know, like some of the bigger like gas stations and shit, they probably have multiple people there, right? Because I mean, at some of these gas stations around here, I don't know, maybe the sizes are different, but some of the gas stations around here will have like, I don't know, like 20 pumps, 25 pumps, like a bunch of pumps. So you would have to have so many people there pumping gas. It's like a working, I mean, it's like a stepping stone. Oh.
No, but for real, like, what do they do? Do they have in New Jersey or wherever? Do they have like gas stations that have like a shit ton of pumps, and they just have a bunch of people that go out there and pump? Like, there's some Sheets, like Sheets and stuff around here. Sheets is huge. If you've never heard of Sheets, well, Sheets is only in what? Sheets, I think, is PA, Ohio, West Virginia. They might be in some other states, but definitely those three. Man, all right. I mean, all right. That sounds like a good amount of jobs, but at the same time, is that the jobs that we're really promoting? I don't know. But that's interesting. Yeah, I know the Wawas and Sheets. Wawa versus Sheets. Everybody always talking about which one's better. Jacoby Myers, Patriots. But yeah, like at like 20 pumps. I guess that's a lot of jobs, and if you're already doing it that way, then you just cut it off, and then those people are out of jobs. I mean, I guess that kind of sucks, but I don't know. Anthony Johnson, this is really weird. The back looks like way darker than the others. Cracked ice, wow. Anthony Johnson, cracked ice, 11 out of 23, Tampa Bay Bucks. Roy P. killed it with the Bucks on this one. 30 minutes to pump 150 gallons. Yeah, Sheets is unbelievable, dude. Sheets is unbelievable. Sheets is like crazy. Like their business is unbelievable. The guy that ran the accounting or the audit department where I used to work had a friend that worked in the accounting department at Sheets. Sheets is a privately held company. He said that Sheets got so much fucking money that literally they're just like they have nothing to do with like they have so much money that like it's like one of those like they have so much money they don't even know what to do with it kind of thing. If you live in an area where there's Sheets, they're always either building new Sheets or they're like remodeling the Sheets inside. Like every couple of years they like remodel all the Sheets just because like they have all this money and it's like what else are we going to do with it? So they like remodel every Sheets like every couple of years like crazy. Like it's just been like crazy. Like Sheets is like unbelievable business. Yeah, Sheets is great, man. Sheets is like huge around here. Everybody loves it. I don't know anybody that's like, oh, I don't want to go to Sheets. Like Sheets is like the gas station. They got good ass food, 24/7. They sell, you can get your alcohol there too. They got a good supply of like snacks and drinks and all that shit. Like Sheets is like crazy big. I think there's like 7 Sheets in Indiana. If I counted them all up right now, I bet you there's at least 5. Is Wawa a privately held company? Or are they publicly traded? I mean, I don't know about the highest, but they're usually not the cheapest. But at the same time, like they have all the stuff inside. Like literally anything that you want, 24/7, made to order. Drinks, food. But I don't know. I always get my gas at Sheets. Like they usually are about like whatever the average is. Like I'm not gonna go out and say that they're like always the cheapest, but like whatever like that going rate for gas is in that area at the time, like Sheets is usually that's what they're at least for me. I don't know, but Sheets is where it's at, dude. I love Sheets. And Sheets is like a good place to work for too. Like I don't know from personal experience, but like that's what people say. And they actually pay them like good money, like super good money. Just like crew members, like entry level crew people, like
I forget how much it is, like $10 an hour or something. And then if you're a manager, you get like $18 an hour or something. I'm just throwing out random numbers, but roundabout numbers, but like pretty good for just like entry level people. And he's got a shit ton of money. They're always opening up new ones. Oh, that's a good one coming. We got a good one. We got a good one. I'm going to skip that stack. I'm going to move over here. Amadi for the Seahawks. Rookie ticket. I don't know. Sheets is the shit, though. I basically only ever go to Sheets now. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Baker Mayfield, number 7 out of 99, championship ticket. That's crazy to me. Our minimum wage went to 15 and people can't afford it. Yeah, minimum wage here is, it's either, it was $7.25. They might have bumped it up to $8. I don't even know, but I don't know. It was $7.25. It might be $8. I don't know. What is it, Aftershock in PA? What's the minimum wage? But yeah, it's, yeah, people, you can't even live off like minimum wage at $7.25. You can't. No one can live off of that. But unfortunately, and it doesn't go for everybody. I say this, and believe me, I know firsthand that it doesn't go for everybody. Like starting out in college and shit, fucking minimum wage or whatever, $7.25 an hour, you can't fucking live off that shit. But I'm just saying, normally, it's either young kids, high school kids, or whatever, college kids, or like unfortunately, it's like, you know, people on drugs or whatever the fuck it may be. Now, of course, there's going to be some of those people that are just down on their luck or whatever, but a lot of times those minimum wage jobs are kind of, you know. It's $7.25. Oh, it's still $7.25. All right, here we go. It's a good one. How about a little Haskins? Come on, give us something good. Give us something good. Not bad, though. Rookie ticket on card. How about a little Dwayne Haskins? You guessed it. Roy P. with those Redskins. Nice, Roy. Killing it tonight on the Contenders, man. Yeah, $7.25. I mean, $7.25 is like, you can't even live off of that here. I'm sure it's cheaper to live here than some other places you guys might live in, but still, like, $7.25 an hour. There's no way. You have to have state assistance of some kind, food stamps, cash assistance, rent, or you know what I mean, utility assistance. You have to have like all of those assistance just to be able to like live on your own in like a crappy apartment. But at the same time, like I said, unfortunately, a lot of times, and again, I'm speaking in general terms, and this isn't always the case, but Detroit Lions, like people that work those minimum wage jobs are usually either like younger kids or people on drugs, because I know for firsthand at like McDonald's is minimum wage to start. It's not anymore. I think they even bumped McDonald's up to $8, and it's PA minimum wage $7.25. But McDonald's didn't drug test minimum, you know, Rocky said. So like McDonald's was like full of like crackheads. You could just tell this bitch on crack. She can't even count change back. David Long for the Rams. It's the last auto out. Sprinkle some crack.
No, believe me, dude. McDonald's got some weird. It's got definitely got some weird ass people that work there. Super fucking weird, crackhead type stuff. 1, 2, 3 top team, 4, 5, 6 bottom on all round number inserts. 1, 2, 3 top, 4, 5, 6 bottom. That is a 4, so that'll go to the bottom team. 1, 2, 3 top, 4, 5, 6 bottom. So bottom team on all. Crackheads, straight up crackheads. You're walking in there with no teeth. Yeah, I know exactly why you ain't got no teeth, because you a crackhead. 500 in points, 250 times 2, 250 times 2, so 500 in points, gonna go to the randomizer. And we would hire them all. Like at McDonald's, they just hire anybody that with a pulse. I would literally tell be like the hiring manager whenever I was a manager there. If you didn't know, I was a manager at McDonald's in high school and college. I'd be like, tell the hiring manager, and she was on crack too. Like the hiring manager, she was just like, you ain't got no teeth. You're definitely on crack. 3 and 1 is 4. 4 times top spot on 4 gets the points. I'd be like, that lady is definitely on crack. Like she's on something. Why would we hire her? It's like we just need people. Well, fuck. 1, 2. I forget what it was. What was it? 4. Top spot on 4. 3 and 4. 4 times Jerry B with the points. All right, here we go on the recap. Like the hiring manager's on crack. Of course, she's going to hire other crackheads. And now the store's full of crackheads. Yeah, and I'm not even joking. Like she was legit. I don't think she was on crack anymore, though. I'll be honest. But she was. She would even tell you. Like she was like, "Yeah, I used to be on crack. I used to be on crack." Like she would say. She was a real funny lady. She was a good lady. She was nice. Just did crack a couple of years ago. A lot of it. But she was nice. A little weird though. Pretty sure she had a brain aneurysm too. So probably something to do with the crack. But she always wanted, yeah, she was like always hiring these people. She was like, what do you think? What do you think of this person? I'd be like, I went to school with that person. He's on crack. All right, well, he starts next week. You're training him. What? McDonald's, man. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about crackheads. Mostly. No, I'm just playing. Okay. These are the non-numbered autos. Oh yeah, dude, Mac Sauce is great. Mac Sauce is absolutely great. All right, here we go. These are all non-numbered autos, non-numbered, either base, variation, or even RPS. You like that, Steve? I can go on all day about McDonald's shit that happened at McDonald's. I worked there started working there when I was a senior in high school, and then sophomore year of college. So only worked there for about 3 years or so. But I was a manager there, so yeah, it was wild. It was wild. Like some of the people there were absolutely just Singletary on card. Just I don't even know. Some crazy stuff. Bush. Pollard redemption or Pollard variation, Armstead variation. It was actually a pretty fun time. Like there's definitely some like stressful moments because I was a manager and I was working with like everybody was a crackhead, so sometimes it would get a little crazy. But like overall, it was actually a pretty good time. Like we had a lot of fun. Nikhil Harry on card. It's a pretty good job for like high school, college, because they're like flexible. They're open so long, so you know what I mean, way early in the morning, way late at night. So like super flexible in hours and how many hours you get and stuff. So it was good in that aspect. I needed a lot of hours because like I did everything on my own, so I paid everything. Like I had no assistance from like parents or grandparents or anybody had like nothing. I did everything on my own. So like Got my 40 hours a week, and it was pretty good. No regrets. No regrets. But I'm glad I'm not working there now. Dear God, you know. N'Keal Harry. Oh, this should have been in the numbered pile, but that's all right. Rookie Roundup autographs gold, numbered to 10. N'Keal Harry. That was sick. Redemption again. That should have been in the numbered pile, but that's all right. Miles Sanders variation on card. That's nice. Westco. Devin Bush again. But yeah. As soon as I found a job that had like I could do while in college, and it worked out pretty well, because like in college, like I had to find jobs that were like late at night, so I ended up working at a bank that did customer service until like 10 o'clock at night. I worked like 5 to 10 or something. I forget what it was, but and then I started working that job, and it was way better. Holcomb to 49. Isabella's ticket stub to 89 on card. Seahawks, DK Metcalf, 1999. Rookie ticket RPS, I think that's out of 20. Isaiah Buggs to 99 out of 20. Warren Sapp, retro. Rookie ticket, those are cool. Anderson to 99. Isabella, ticket stub to 89. We got a bunch of hits here, man. A bunch of good stuff. A bunch of cracked ice. Crap ton of cracked ice, actually. Alright, I moved some of these around, but then I realized I'm just going to go straight through. So some of them are messed around with. But Haskins, rookie ticket on card. Anthony Johnson, cracked ice for the Bucks. Williams, cracked ice for the Bengals. Zydarius Smith, cracked ice for the Green Bay Packers. Slayton, cracked ice on card for the Giants. And a clear auto, 6 out of 10 clear, Terry McLaurin, Redskins. 2019 Contenders football, case number 19. Thanks, guys.